Hi everyone, this is your next question from CAT 2018, the first lot. You can pause the video and give it a try and resume for the solution. So the question reads, train T leaves station X for station Y at 3 p.m. Train S traveling at 3 quarters of the speed of T leaves Y for X at 4 p.m. The two trains pass each other at a station Z where the distance between X and Z is 3/5 of that between X and Y. How many hours does train T take for its journey from X to Y? Good question, beautiful question, because they have asked you the time in hours for the train T to travel from X to Y, and the only information we have to calculate the hours value, the time value, is that the time gap is 3 p.m. to 4 p.m., that is 1 hour. This is the only information we have to calculate the time. Good. So let's start solving. These are the stations X and Y. We'll assume the distance between the two as, let's say, 5x. Why? Because in the latter part of the question, the second last line says that the distance between X and Z is 3/5 of the distance of X and Y. So we'll proactively assume the distance of X and Y as a multiple of 5 itself. So that eases out the calculations, okay? Next, train T leaves station X for station Y at 3 p.m. So train T is here at 3 p.m. okay, at the station X, okay, and it is traveling towards Y, okay, at 3 p.m. Further, train S traveling at 3 quarters of the speed of train T leaves Y for X at 4 p.m. Okay, so 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. train T alone travels. Let us suppose that train T has reached this point, and this point I'm calling it as A. Train T is right now here at this point, and that is 4 p.m. right? At 4 p.m., train S is starting from the point Y, right? And it is moving towards X, okay? And this time is also 4 p.m. They have told us that the speed of the train S is 3/4 of the speed of T. So I'm assuming the speed of the train T as 4s, okay? You can take it as kilometers per hour or units per hour, makes no difference as such, because 3/4 of 4s will be simply 3s only. So speed of s will be 3/4 of 4s, and that is 3s. The two trains pass each other at a station Z where the distance between X and Z is 3/5 of that distance between X and Y. So these two meet at a point Z. This is the point Z where the two meet. And they have said that the distance between X and Z is 3/5 of that between X and Y. Okay. Now X and Z, the length XZ is 3/5 of the length of XY as per the question. But XY we have assumed as 5x, right, in the beginning. So XZ is 3/5 of 5x, and 3/5 of 5x will imply 5 and 5 cancelling. XZ is nothing but 3x. So I can notice that this entire length is worth 3x. If the entire length of xy is 5x, the remaining part zy should be 5x minus 3x or 2x. Now, at this point of time, we know that this distance zy is actually 2x. Let us suppose this distance that the train T travels, okay, to meet the train S, this distance be equal to, let's say, A. So the time in which the train S travels 2x, the train T travels the distance A. The time is same. So time taken by train T to travel from A to Z is same as the time taken by train S to travel from Y to Z. So time is always equal to distance upon speed. So time taken by train T to travel AZ is the distance A upon its speed 4s, and the time taken by the train S to travel ZY is the distance ZY, which is 2x, upon its speed 3s. These two timings are equal, so we can equate the two. S will get cancelled out, and eventually I get the value of A. A here will be 4 2s are 8 x by 3. So this distance A to Z is actually 8x by 3. I know the entire length xz is worth 3x. Out of that, AZ we have found as 8x by 3. So this remaining length will be 3x minus 8x by 3. And that would be 3 3 is a 9 minus 8 is 1. 1x by 3. 1x by 3 is the distance between x to A. Now guys, notice that if x to A the distance is 1x by 3, right, the time taken by train T to travel from x to A is 1 hour. And the question is asking how many hours does train T from x to Y, right? To travel from x to y, the train t covers a distance of 5x. Let the time be equal to t. The speed of the train t in both the cases is same, right? So now there are two ways out. You can use direct proportionality. 1x by 3 corresponds to 1 hour. So 5x will correspond to how much? You can directly cross multiply to get your answer. You'll get the time taken. The time taken will be tx upon 3 is equal to 5x on cross multiplying. X gets cancelled. T is equal to 3 into 5, that is 15. 15 hours. Okay. The other way of solving this would be to make equations. So in the first case, the distance is 1x by 3 and the time is 1 hour. Speed is equal to distance 1x by 3 upon the time 1. In the second case also, the distance is 5x and the time is t. Both the speeds are equal. So equating the two, once again, x gets cancelled out. You again cross multiply and you'll be landing up with t is equal to 15 hours. That's the answer to our question. How many hours does train T take for its journey from x to y? The answer is 15 hours.